A design is a plan. To design a poster or an ad, there must be a plan. Usually an advertising strategy or strategic plan determines ad concept and often ad layout. The elements of an ad may include an image, a headline, some body copy, and a corporate signature. Most often there's a call to action like buy it now or buy it here. Let's look at some historical poster and advertising forms. With this 1906 poster design, 18-year-old Lucian Bernhardt of Berlin began his career as a graphic designer and introduced a new form of poster art, Plakatstil. The common characteristics of the style are bold, eye-catching lettering and flat colors. This is a 1906 Priester match poster. This style of art usually had minimal elements, usually only the product name and one graphic image. The composition was similar to magazine covers where there's a masthead and an image. There's another example. This has slightly more text than the initial poster. This is a Collier's Weekly periodical or magazine cover designed by Maxfield Parrish in 1910. And notice that the artwork actually covers or partially obscures the masthead. That was something that Lucian Bernhardt was doing previously with his Plakatstil or poster style, placing an object partially obscuring the name of the product. Sometimes in Plakatstil, the image precedes the name, such as this 1911 cigarette poster, again by Lucian Bernhardt. Poster art and advertising layout can be similar in composition, but the primary purpose of poster art is to develop brand recognition, while the ad's purpose is to sell the product. Advertising usually has the benefit first, then the brand, but this 1913 Merkel poster puts product name first and then the benefit and then corporate signature at the bottom. A successful poster or a billboard usually has no more than 3 elements: headline, image, and brand, and the headline seldom has more than 3 words. This Lucian Bernhardt poster is from 1914. We see only 2 elements. The spark plug, well, 3 elements if you count the spark plug and spark, and they are partially obscuring the logo. But the headline of an ad needs to draw in the consumer with something compelling, something that addresses a need or desire. If you are an illustration major or have had some art history classes, you may know the work of illustrator and commercial artist N.C. Wyeth, or you may know his fine artist son Andrew Wyeth or his grandson Jamie Wyeth, also a fine artist. But N.C. Wyeth was one of the most significant advertising illustrators of the first third of the 20th century. This 1926 Pep ad is one in a series with illustrations by N.C. Wyeth, with illustrations partially obscuring the product name, the headline below, and the logo at the bottom as a signature. Is that the best arrangement for an ad, or is this 1929 Pep ad better, with image first to attract attention, then the headline, and then the advertising copy, and finally the signature? In this 1963 Kellogg's ad, the headline is first, and then image and copy, and then signature. I don't have a date for this Kellogg's ad, but the headline font and the focus on colon cancer suggested maybe from the 1970s or 1980s. Again, headline, body copy, signature, no actual graphics. This one's probably from the 70s or 80s. Again, headline, image and body copy, and then corporate signature. When the first thing you see is the name of the product, it looks like a magazine cover. This is a magazine cover designed by Herbert Bayer for Die Neue Linie, a design publication, in 1930. In this well-known 1942 poster by J. Howard Miller for the War Production Coordinating Committee, the headline is first, there's a graphic, and the War Production Coordinating Committee is very small as a signature at the bottom. This 1952 graphic poster by Joe Binder for the Association of American Railroads has prominent headline and graphic and small signature at the bottom. This is a 1984 ad for Air Atlanta. Again, we see a headline, a graphic, body copy, and signature. What does this all mean? Well, let's have a look at this. This is a 1984 ad by McGraw-Hill Magazines, publications for business, professional, and technical specialties. And here you see a grouchy-looking guy who is saying to the reader, I don't know who you are, I don't know your company, I don't know your company's product, I don't know what your company stands for, I don't know your company's customers, I don't know your company's record, I don't know your company's reputation. Now, what was it you wanted to sell me? And I think of this ad when I consider the problem for the designer. The client thinks the company name should be the first element in an ad, like the masthead of a periodical. But does anyone know the name of the company? Should that be first, or should the USP, the unique selling proposition, be the headline, or some other concepts that will attract the viewer? An image may attract the viewer's attention, but then you have to have a headline that will capture the imagination, that will reach out to a problem or need or desire of the potential consumer. When designing your Massimo's ad layout, is the Massimo's logo the most important element? How important an element is the USP, the unique selling proposition? Should the description of the product, honey spiced wine dressing and marinade sauce, should that be prominently featured? How would it look with the USP as the headline? Or is there something else about the product that would make people want to buy Massimo's salad dressing? These are the things that you have to consider when you are planning communication.